Hello friends, I'm Shreyas. Welcome you back. Uh, we have already covered 80 to 60% of your knowledge regarding to an instrumentation control panel, but almost all are you are getting bored, I think, because of the theory part of the section. But I have already promised you to teach you something basic, how to design the control box or how to design anything in a CATIA. So I'm going to teach you right now. So if you remember, we have developed a CATIA design and I have already explained you a closed loop type of control panel system. But I am going to show you right now how to design the things. So let's follow me with a step-by-step procedure. So go to the start window at the toolbar, go to the mechanical design and select part design. Now you can give a name to your part. I am giving a name as a panel box that I'm going to design right now. So I'm giving a name like a panel box and I'm done with it. So here in this panel box you can see there are three main important planes you have already existently created into the system, and that are XYZ plane with the XYZ directions. But I don't want this plane, I want to create my own plane, so I will teach you how to create that. So I am going to hide these planes. Okay, and now there are three important tools that you have to use. First one is a reference element. Okay, second one is the sketch toolbar by which you are going to draw the sketch, and the third important toolbar is known as a constraint toolbar by which you are going to give a dimensions to the parts, okay, in the XYZ directions. So okay, I'm going to place all these things here inside the toolbar. Now first step for designing any CATIA, you need to have that part with access system, that is XYZ, means you have to access. Why is to create the access system by which only you can able to point out the locations, whether it is in the north, south, or where my part should be located. So for that part of view, the software should know what is your access system. So let's create our own reference access system. Take a point. Okay, I'm taking a point over here, you can see, and all the important things when you select, there is a one type of boolean operation tree diagram which is shown in this picture. So I have already taken a 1 point, so it's pointing over there as a 1 point. You can zoom it like this, and here you can see this is a toolbar window. Okay, so I have my toolbar with my point over here. Okay, now I want to create an access system, so I select a line, go to the option like a point to direction, and now select the point you want to select, this. Okay, now select a axis direction. I am supposed to have a z component axis, so I'm enter the OK. So this is the line. You can see here I have created a point with a line which is directed toward the z axis, but now I have to insert an axis to the whole system. So I just go to insert toolbar and access the system, and I'm going to select the origin point as my point that I have initially selected, and now I'm going to select the x-axis as my reference element. So here we have selected and taken our own axis system has been created successfully. Now next procedure is to draw the sketch. Always remember, when you want to create something in 3D, you must have an imagination how this part is going to look in 2D, maybe from front view, maybe from top view, maybe from side view, and then start to create developing the 3D part. So I want to design a panel box, and obviously the panel box may be always in the rectangular shape, not in circular. So obviously I'm going to select a sketch toolbar right now. I'm going to select an XY plane. Okay, so there are three tools automatically open to your window. First one is a profile window by which you can create the different types of shapes like rectangle, circular pattern, ellipse pattern, or other important type of shapes. You can draw it. There is a second, that is an operation tool by which you can able to erase the part, you can delete the sketch, or you can rewrite that sketch, you can mirror the same image on any part of the axis, and other operations you can done it. Third, but the most important tool is nothing but the constraint tool by which you are going to provide a dimensions to your box. We have already discussed how the panel box has to be designed and with which kind of dimension, means is length, breadth, height, what should be the things, and that is given through this section only. Okay, that is the constraint part. Okay, so I am going to draw right now a rectangle. So I select a rectangle with origin point, and I'm just going to draw a reference rectangle like this. Okay, now I have to give the dimension. So I am giving a dimension for the length is suppose 2500 meter. Okay, this is my length. Okay, and I want to give the breadth as as height as 3500 meter. Okay, this is my breadth. Now the sketch is already enlarged, but you can create that sketch into a shape by using this kind of fit in all. If you press this button, your sketch will get fit to the screen. Okay, once you're done with your 2D sketch, okay, and it's completely closed, means there is a no single gap is available uh, in the section, then you can go for the 3D. For the 3D section, you have to go for exit workbench. Okay, enter this button, and once you go to that, you will have a most important toolbar known as sketch based feature, by which you can create a 2D part into 3D. Now I will teach you how to use this. Pad is the first tool. What it does, that when you want to add a material into your sketch, okay, so that is done by the pad. I will show you. This is a pad section. I selecting the sketch, okay, and this is the amount of length you want to pad the section. So I want a section to be get pad with 500 meters suppose, and I am pressing it OK. So you can see there is a box has been created with 500 meters. If you want to change the dimension, you can change it. Only double click on that part and you can change this as a 1500 meter. So it may be look like right now as a panel box. Yes, definitely. So this is a panel box created as in form of pad. Now I want to remove some part of the section. Then it is done with the help of pocket. How I have to done it? Just go to the sketch toolbar. Okay, go to the selected plane that you have selected. Suppose I have selected this surface and I want to create a one circle hole over here through which I can pass out all the input output wires and give it to the motor connections or some output terminal connections. So you have to just draw the sketch. Now again you have to go to exit workbench. In this toolbar again you have selected the part, and now you have to just use a pocket tool, and it will show how much amount of part you have to remove from the existing part you have created. So I have to remove only 50 meter part from the box. So this is the hole that you have created inside the panel box. Okay, now you can say that whole this panel is completely or a box is completely closed, where I'm going to place the components. So don't worry, I'm going to teach you right now. So you have to just go to a component known as shell component here in the toolbar, name as dress up feature tool. So in this dress up feature tool you have to select a shell box. Once you select that, you have to select the face to be removed. I want to remove this first front space, and how much amount of length or dimensions with which you have to remove that. Suppose I kept it as a 2 mm and press it OK. So here you can see there is only things which has been remained in the section is that whole section is created with the shell. Now you can place a components inside the section. Even I can change a content of this dimension by creating a double click on the shell, and I will give a changing dimensions like 5 mm. Okay, and I press it OK. Then again the section will be changed with the 5 mm thickness inside the whole system. So this is a simple way by which you can create a pocket or hole in the system. If I want to increase the pocket in the system, I can increase the dimensions. Okay, and I can suppose I can put it as 150, and if it is coming in a red color, don't worry, your part is not damaged. You have to just go for this update button. Once you update that, your part will have a pocket section into your system. Okay, so this is the thing that you have created. Now suppose I want to create some hole into a section. So I just select this hole button, okay, or a toolbar, and place it over here. Okay, when you press over here, there is a point automatically created, and there is an option that how much diameter you want to create. Suppose I create a diameter with 150 meter, and how much depth I want. Suppose 200 meter depth I want to create a hole. So it will create a hole inside the whole section with 200 meter with 150 meter of diameter. So this is the thing that you have created, your panel box. If you have any kind of confusion, don't worry, I can remove the confusion by giving a color. I have already given you the importance of coloring the component. So how to color the CATIA components? It's very simple. Suppose I want to color this section, then I go with right click on that part and just go into their properties. In the properties you will get a first point is a graphics, and in the graphics you get the color. I want to color it in suppose a blue, light bit, little bit of blue color, so I will give it blue color. Okay, so it is coming in the blue color, other things are not affected. So I want to give all the other parts, so control select all the other 4 dimension parts of that box, and I want to give a color to same them. So go to properties, again graphics, and I want to give them a color. Suppose maybe it is in the color like gray color, or no, not a gray color, I want to give it in the somewhat dark gray color. So I pressed and okay, so this is in dark gray color. Okay, so I want to give the color to the whole section in yellow. So I select the whole, I go to the properties, again I am going to graphics with yellow color, apply the color and press OK. So now whole section is coming in the yellow color. Now I want this in orange or something in dark, so I can go again I will select some specific color. I want to give a green color, apply it, okay. And at the outside of the panel box I want to give something color like in so I go again in the properties graphics and I give it as a, suppose the panel box is designed with, okay, it's maybe a color completely red, dark red color. So this is the colors that we have given, and in this way we have created a one kind of a panel box in your system. Now your question will be arise that how I'm going to deal with the assembly of the different types of components in this panel box. So it's very simple, just go to the start window, file window first, and go for save as. Okay, now you have to save this component. Okay, I have already created lots of folder in my work, and for example I have designed instrumentation can panel box with this thing, so I'm giving a name as a panel box and I'm saving it over here. Okay, once you save that component, now you have to go for the process of assembly. It's very simple. What you have to do in the process of assembly is go to the start window, now go to the mechanical design and go for assembly the design. Once you go in this window, you will again have a cleared window completely. Now you have to go over this location, find out my existing component, press over this and then go to product. Once you done that, you get your desktop locations or you get your file location where your parts has been saved. Now I'm going to open an instrument panel box design system, and for example at the desktop I have some different types of parts. Okay, so I can open any one of that part and show you how these things work. So selected parts, I want to select any one of that component and I want to deal with other things. So suppose I have designed the panel box right now, I'm going to show you, okay, the existing panel box that we have designed. I'm going to open that panel box in front of you and I'm going to show you how to giving the different dimensions to it. So this is the one type of panel box that we have right now designed already. Press OK, select this panel box. Once you have selected, this is your main component, so go for right click on the component or the part and go in the component section and fix that component so it will not move in the XY direction when you are going to assemble the product in it. Okay, now when you want to add a new part in this process, you have to do the same procedure. Go to the mechanical design, part design, draw a new part and go again with the assembly section. Now I want to create new component in this section. So what do I do? Just go to the existing component again. Here will be opened a file locations. Now I want to place suppose a PLC in this box. So I press OK and the PLC box will be coming out in the section. So you have to just press you have to just select it by the left click of your mouse, that component, and get it outside the panel box and done it as an OK. Now how I am going to fit that component inside the panel box, for which I am going to use a toolbar known as move toolbar. It is useful to move the component. Okay, so already this component is fixed, your panel box is fixed, so it's not going to move, but the PLC can be movable. How? You have to just select this button and this button. Once you select this button, select this part, you have to just go for first option of the move, and you have to just go for rotating the part. So I want to rotate this part right now, so I'm going to select a certain axis and I can rotate it like this. Okay, done. So it looks a PLC mounted in the horizontal direction. It is not exactly mounted in the same direction. So press it OK. Again go to the first section, again select the reference axis element, and I'm going to press an axis, and then I'm going to move it in this direction and press it OK. You can do it many times until and unless your component is not get into the shape that you want to place inside the panel box. Once you ensured that yes, my panel box is also vertical and my PLC is also vertical, and now how to place that component? It's very simple. Press the first component. Now here you can see an x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. These are the three options available. Now here you can see this is an x-axis, means my part can be moved on the x-axis. If I select a manipulation point with drag point axis as x, I can take this component and pull it in the x direction. Okay, similarly I can pull it in the y direction, for which I have to just go for again the section. Again I have to select this component and I can pull it in the y section. Similarly I can pull it in the z section, which is up and down of this panel box. So I can show you the z section, how to use the z section. Just go select the part, click on the z axis, and then your part will move in the z axis section. Okay, now I want to again move this part into y-axis section, so it will move like this. And once you think that your part is near to that location, press OK. What you have to do is to connect these two components with each other. Okay, so for that connection purpose I'm going to use a tool like a constraint. So this is an tool in assembly. Okay, it's almost similar to a part design. Okay, what you have to do is to use this tool or use this tool. I'm going to use this tool right now. You have to select two surfaces. Okay, I'm selecting first one, selecting second one, and there will be 2 points which are shown in the red color that you want to join or not. So if I press OK and if I do update, yes, you can see now that a PLC is located inside the panel box. Similarly, the things has to be done for the other important components that we are want to draw. For example, you have to draw a one MCB over here. So same procedure, that you will have a different components like MCB, you have a battery terminal contactors, relays, you have a metering system. Okay, then all the sockets, panel box, you can do all these things as per following the same procedure. And I hope that you have get something regarding to this panel box. And once you have done that, always sure that you are going to save this as your file location to the location that you want to save, and just press it as an OK and move to the end of the section. So this is the thing. I think you have get the process how to design the things in CATIA. And if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me in the comment box. Be sure that the whole system should be designed in 2D first with proper constraint, then go to exit workbench and then design it in the 3D. It's quite little bit confusing, but if you try at least for 2 to 3 times, you will get anything how to design anything in the CATIA. Okay, I hope you get the information. Thank you very much. Enjoy.